The script is up.
Aloha mai kako. First of all, happy Aloha Friday. My name is Kara Bakla'an. I serve as the Oʻahu Moku Community Strategist for our KS Community Engagement and Support Services team under the Kaiāulu group. Welcome to the Oʻahu ʻāina Inventory presentations. This afternoon, we will be focusing on the Waialua Moku with a specific focus on the Pa'ala'a Ahupua'a. Mahalo to each of you for your presence today in the unveiling of this amazing KS Kaiāulu tool. KS Kaiāulu, community, for community, by community, in community, bringing community experiences and valuable resources to all. Today, you will gain access to Oahu's past and present cultural landscape through the innovative Āina Inventory that combines a synthesis of historical research, ethnographic information, wahi kūpuna data, and stewardship efforts in each moku of Oahu. Again, today, Waialua. The inventory is a free resource to use in classrooms, programs, organizations, and within your own ʻohana. A special mahalo to the dedication and support of our KS community at large for making this dream a reality. Nalani Kialaiki, Lisa Takasugi, Ryan Gonzalez, Andreas Arvman, Andrea Oka, Crystal Kua, Mark Milligan, Ua Keaulana, and all within our KS ʻohana. An extra mahalo to our fabulous partnership with Nohopapa, Kelly, Dominique, Lilia, and the many hands of their team for the extraordinary time, support, and dedication. At this time, we will begin our formal presentation, and I will now hand the floor to Kelly. Mahalo.
Mahalo nui, aloha, good afternoon.
Stop laughing, Kelly.
Mahalo, Kelly. So as I'm transitioning us over from the PowerPoint to the story map, if you're not using your phone, there is a QR code here on the right that you can scan with your phone and swipe along if you want. Or you can also type in one of these links above and you can view the story map directly on your own desktop and click around as I talk. The story map both lives on the Nohopapa website and the KS website, which I'm going to show you here right now. So if you go to www.ksbe.edu/ʻaina/maps/oahu-ʻāina-inventories, you'll see an embed of the story map along with the tabs down below to access the different chapters or the various chapters of this report, along with all the other reports. If you go over to nohopapa.com and you head over to projects down to Oʻahu, you'll find the Āina Inventory link here. And again, you'll see the same embed of the story map over here as well. And I believe these links are going to be posted in the chat. As Kelly shared, my name is Lilia no Waialua Puna Kauaʻi Maiau. I work as the Cultural Research and Tech Specialist for Nohopapa, Hawaii, and I've had the honor of being able to do some of the research for these reports throughout the last few years. And I've also helped to build the Āina Inventory story map, which I'm super excited to share with you today. So before we jump into it, I just briefly want to share with you what is a story map for those of you who haven't seen one of these things before. It's a super great resource or tool. Story maps work on the web and they combine interactive maps with multimedia content. So photos, video, audio, and text, of course, to help tell stories about the world. They work on a variety of screens, so they're responsive on small and medium-sized screens, and they incorporate the software that has interactive builders which make creating a story map relatively easy and also customizable for the story that you're trying to tell. So just a little bit about data management. Story maps are hosted by Esri on ArcGIS Online, just as the maps that you're going to see within them are. That doesn't mean that Esri claims any kind of ownership. It's just a place to park the content, and then you can embed all kinds of links and do all sorts of things with the content. So if you're following along with me, you can go ahead and scroll down. On the story map, there's a brief overview about the project up at the top and a little disclaimer down on the bottom. If you keep scrolling, we'll come to this box. And as you notice, the maps in the back are going to change as you scroll. So as Kelly mentioned, the ʻāina Inventory is comprised of 5 different studies, one for each moku or district. This story map showcases each of the reports, the individual chapters within the reports, and the maps within the reports, but in a more interactive way. So to test drive and show you some of the features of the story map, we're going to come up here to the gray line. This is your navigation bar, and it allows you to jump links or to go from report to report. And again, all the maps that you see are interactive. So you can zoom in or zoom out using this plus or minus button, and you can click anywhere on the map to get more information. So if we click on Waialua in the navigation bar or Waialua Moku in the box, it's going to take us right on over to the Waialua ʻāina Inventory section of this story map. There's a short introduction and overview of the report. Below this report, there is a link, and this link accesses the full report. But what I think is super cool about story map is that there's these little chain icons, and whenever you see these, you can copy them, and then you can send this particular portion of the story map to whoever you want, and it'll take them straight there. Scrolling down, we have this interactive map, which is really the funnest part, I think, of the story map itself. If you look on the column on the left, that you see these little boxes, these open up. If you click on the Waialua Moku, we have some cool features that we want to show you. Up at the top, you can click on this map, which has the regions within Waialua, and you can also right-click and save this map. If you click on it again, it'll take you out. There are 2 buttons below that allow you to download some of the other featured maps. So here we have Waialua Kula map and Waialua community map. So we're going to go ahead and start with the Kula map and take a peek at just what's inside here. So it'll take you to our Nohopapa website. You can download it directly from there. I'm going to rotate it for your view. So this is the Waialua Kula map. It was last updated in 2024. You can see different colors which represent different grade levels. So blue represents preschool, green is elementary, yellow is middle school, red is high school, purple is K through 12. The shapes also tell you what type of school it is. So a star is preschool, square is DOE, and a circle is private. As Kelly mentioned, a lot of haumana and students don't really know or are sometimes not sure what ahupua'a their kula is in. So this map allows you for them to look at their kula and see where they're located and what's around them. And it can be used alongside the other maps that are within the report. The report, if you haven't noticed, there's some numbers over here. So within the report, you can find keys with the names of the school that correlate to the numbers that you see here. Going back to the story map and clicking on the Waialua community map now, downloading that. And I'm going to go ahead and rotate the view once again. So what you see here are the locations of various community organizations and work sites throughout Waialua. Again, both are downloadable. And they're also dated, so you know when they were last updated. We're going to hit the X to zoom out. So here's the fun part. On the right-hand side is an interactive map that allows you to jump from ahupua'a to ahupua'a. And the links, these are links. So these links represent the different chapters of the report. As you click through, the window pane on the left changes to the ahupua'a that you're in. And so if you're following along, you can continue to kind of click along. I'm going to head over to Pa'ala'a though. And so looking at just one of these pop-up sections here at the top, again, we have a map. This one is the Wahipana map. And it shows, so if you click on it, it expands. This map includes all the place names that were selected and included in the study. Again, you can right click to save and then click on it again to close. There's a very short summary of the chapter here. And it just highlights place names, high-level mo'olalo resources, wahi kūpuna for the ahupua'a. But to read the full chapter, you can scroll down, click on this button, and again, it'll take you back to our Nohopapa website, which allows you to download each of these individual chapters. And what's cool is it takes you right to the link at the top that you need to be at. So clicking on the Pa'ala'a chapter, we're going to take a peek at what's inside just one of these chapters. Hold on, I'm going to scroll up to the top and I'm going to change this view for you so we can kind of get a better spread. So again, looking at this example chapter for Pa'ala'a, the chapters are broken up into various sections. So the chapter begins with an olelo no'eau. This is not the olelo no'eau, it's just one that we thought was fitting for the chapter. There are, of course, many other olelo no'eau for Pa'ala'a. The chapters start off with a cultural landscape overview, and we do a breakdown of the place. So Pa'ala'a is the ahupua'a located between Kaiāulu and Kamananui and Punalu'u ahupua'a. It spans from Kayaka Point to the western edge of Waialua Bay, reaching all the way up to the Ko'olau Mountains. Historical documents sometimes refer to portions of Pa'ala'a as Pa'ala'a Kai, or Seaward Pa'ala'a, and Pa'ala'a Uka, upland Pa'ala'a. The name Pa'ala'a means sacred firmness, possibly related to the wahipana of Pohakulani, and the lands of Pa'ala'a were traditionally used for agriculture, including crops, ava, bamboo, banana, breadfruit, sugarcane, sweet potato, taro, and noni, and many more. Additionally, the coastal region offered ocean resources like limu, salt pans, shrimp. The ahupua'a includes natural features like hills, waterways, springs, surf spots, and also various wahipana. Haleiwa, the main town in Pa'ala'a, derives its name from the iwa bird, symbolizing beautiful home, and it's according to that missionary influence in the area. To visually take you back in time, we also include historic photos throughout the report. So if you've been on one of our previous presentations, you can sort of see the mini evolution of these Āina Inventory studies. Scrolling down, more maps. And then we come down to our mo'olelo section. So mo'olelo for Pa'ala'a includes stories of Hale Mano area within Pa'ala'a. It also shares about the figure Aikanaka, the stone platter called Kalo Aikanaka, as well as an image in Kalia within Pa'ala'a Uka. In addition, ancestors and figures of Pa'ala'a also found within the stories of Lono Ikamakahiki and Lono Ka'eho. So, scrolling on down as we keep moving through this chapter, here is the we have the place names table, or the wahi kūpuna table of Pa'ala'a, which includes the inoa ʻāina, its type, a short translation, and then comments, which include either a shorter version of the mo'olelo or some details. So some select wahi kūpuna for Pa'ala'a include Anahulu, Ka'alaea, Kamani, Kanehoalani, Kawanui, Kapuahilua, Kawaiʻiki, Kawailoa, Kupopolo, Lania Kea Le'epoko, Loko Ea, Ma'ea, Puaena, Opaiula, Uko'a, just to name a few. And I showed you earlier, the pop-up map here is that wahipana map that correlates with this table. So in this report, we also try to include mele that are pili to the ahupua'a. So here we have one related to Haleiwa, written by Alice Namakelua, honoring the park area of Haleiwa. And then sort of the last section of the report includes community groups, like the North Shore Community Land Trust. But what I really like about these tables within the report is that they share contact information where they're located, information about the organization and the sites that they malama, or the places that they malama. So flipping back over to our story map, I'm gonna exit out. This is just one example of the 12 chapters found within the Waialua ʻāina Inventory report. There are 4 other reports to look at, or 49 other study or chapters to explore for the island of Oʻahu. And that these highlight, all of these different chapters, they highlight mele, mo'olelo, place names, rain names, wind names, ahupua'a resources. They showcase community stewardship, schools, and historic photos. So great resource to jump around. Scrolling down, I just want to show you a couple last things. Apart from this report, the story map, we also provide a table of what we think are some really cool extra resources for the community to read and check out, and some of which we've used in the research of these studies, or this study for Waialua. And these resources listed here generally cover the Moku. Going back, and then there's some links to jump to if it's hyperlinked over here. Going back up to your navigation bar, clicking on methods. Here are some of the methods that Kelly shared previously. So you can use the arrows on the sides to scroll and learn more about our approach to these reports and the story map. And so the purpose of the Oʻahu ʻāina Inventory story map is not to just collect all of this documentation, put in a report, have it live on a shelf, but to really make this more accessible, to really relearn about these places and spaces, and to connect people back to these places. And although these studies really only begin to scratch the surface, the hope is to help reestablish deeper connections for people to really begin a starting point for people to do deeper research. And for Nohopapa, we want to be able to continue to be able to support and assist our communities by providing this level of research, these tools, our expertise to support their kuleana to malama these places. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to KS for a closing mana'o. Mahalo.